I don't want to do a lot of talking.
Why?
Because it's more fun that way. And women watch this and I don't.
Hey y'all, welcome to For Better, For Worse. Today we're going to talk about Army life, what our experience has been, and our transition from living at Fort Bragg and to now living in Hawaii. We moved to Fort Bragg in 2014 and we lived there for about
3 years.
3 years. It wasn't too bad of a transition for us. We actually are from a place that is 6 hours west of there. And as far as like culture and life, it wasn't too much different from what we were used to. The big thing was just getting used to Army life and what that looked like coming from being civilians.
Yeah.
So I guess our biggest transition was, from my perspective, everything is about Army. We lived on an Army post. We shopped at an Army grocery store. Everything was all about military. That was, I think, our biggest, for me, it was my biggest transition and kind of culture shock. But we had our biggest culture shock when we decided, found out, not really decided, leave that out. We decided.
We decided what?
I was gonna say we decided to move here, but we didn't decide that. The Army decided that.
Yeah.
So we're currently stationed in Hawaii on Oahu. It's been a lot of fun. It's been very eye-opening. It's one thing to visit someplace and vacation there, and a whole other thing to actually live there and do life with a whole nother, I don't know, just culture
yeah.
And time zone.
Yeah, that was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Was the time zone change.
Yeah.
6 hours difference, it was.
And climate.
Yeah, no winter time, no fall. You have summer and rainy season here. And right now we're moving into the rainy season, which is, it's not bad. It's just, like if you live on the East Coast, think of like it's hot and then it rains for 20 minutes and then the sun comes out.
Kind of like Florida.
Yeah, it's very tropical, obviously.
But a lot more intense than Florida.
Yeah.
But there's tons of stuff to do here. We've not done everything yet because we have 3 boys and sometimes that's kind of hard to do. And that there's lots of really intense hiking. There's, of course, tons of places to snorkel and to be on the beach. So mostly it's beach and hiking. And then some of the touristy things.
Yeah.
Like Pearl Harbor, of course, that's huge and that's really fun, and get to experience some history, and as well as some other historical places that we didn't know about until we moved here. Stuff that we didn't really learn about in school. And then, just learning about the culture, the Hawaiian culture, the whole Polynesian, Samoan culture. And it's just a melting pot here. So that's been fun to be able to be introduced to kind of being the minority and having lots of Judd wants to say. Oh yeah, you agree? Of course, lots of Australians, which makes me happy because I love the Australian accent. So it just kind of feels like I'm on vacation anytime that I go to a more touristy area. But cost of living is another thing we've had to get used to. It's way more expensive here. Groceries, gas, because when you think about everything comes in on ships and it takes weeks at a time to get here from the mainland or other places. and so all of that, it just makes everything cost more. And for you?
Yeah, so being stationed at Fort Bragg, anybody that's been at Fort Bragg can tell you there, it's all about tradition and mission. So their mindset is on the tradition, it's on the mission that they have, and being America's Guard of Honor is a huge thing, and it's a big deal to pretty much everybody there. Hawaii is a little bit more relaxed. It's not as high speed, I guess you could say. I mean, it's not a bad place. It's a good place, but it's a lot different. And so coming out here was hard for me, because coming from such a high-strung environment to coming over here to where it's a little bit more relaxed, it was hard for me to adjust. I'm still adjusting. We've been here 2.5 years,
Almost
and so
2 years. Yeah.
okay, so it feels a lot longer than it's really been. But
time goes by differently here because
does.
you don't have the full 4 seasons,
Yeah.
so you can miss things, and like Christmas doesn't feel like Christmas anyway.
yeah, we do everything in our house to try to decorate and make it feel like, now that it's fall back on the East Coast, we turned our AC down and we decorate and we try to make it feel more like home, I guess. It's hard being Southerners in the Pacific because it's very different, and so like a lot of people like kind of laugh at us and make fun of us because we do have like redneck accents, and the way we talk to our kids is very Southern, and the way we raise our kids is very Southern.
Yes, ma'am, yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. And so it's just, it's just the way that we are, and how we want to raise our kids. And the military gives you an opportunity to grow that aspect. It gives you an opportunity to kind of branch outside of your own custom, your own culture, and learn about different things, which is great. But I mean, everybody in the military misses home. That's a normal thing, is to miss home and want to go home, and but being able to come to Hawaii on the Army's dime is a great thing, because Lord knows I would not be able to take my family all the way out here to Hawaii to even vacation for a week. We'd be pretty broke, and we are pretty broke. We couldn't do it, but so I mean it's an interesting place to live, I'll say that. So yeah.
And throughout this channel, we're wanting to be able to show you all some of what we do, places that we like to go to, just kind of because we understand this is a blessing to be able to live here. We want to be able to show you some of what we do, and even if you may not be able to actually physically come here, maybe you can come with us in a way and kind of just show you the beauty of the island, and just some of our exploring that we like to do, because we do like to explore, and as the kids are getting older, trying to do more of that. But we have an 8-year-old, a 3-year-old, and currently a 10-month-old, so
all boys.
Yeah. We stay busy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up too, because I mean, being on an island, you don't have a whole lot of things to do, and I mean, you can go to the beach. If you're anything like me, I've never understood the beach. I've never understood people that want to go to the beach, sit in the sun intentionally all day, and get sand in every orifice of your body. I don't get it. And all y'all that go out there and do it for the sunshine, y'all are crazy. So, but there's mountains and stuff. It's beautiful over here with the mountains, and like myself, I like to go four-wheeling and camping and all that. And so me and my oldest, we'll go camping and stuff with some of our friends, and that's a good thing to have, is just kind of that relief to take you back to where you're comfortable. Like for me, it's being outside in the woods. That's where I like to be. So, but yeah, it's different. That's for sure. But
do you have any advice for people who may be getting ready to transition here, whether in the Army or work in general?
if you're going to come out to Hawaii, if you're in the military and you're going to come out to Hawaii, if you're going to come out to Hawaii, just make sure that you keep up with your receipts and you know, your travel stuff, because you want to make that money back. And
stay in a hotel.
Stay in a hotel, yeah. So when we got here, it was funny. We landed at midnight on November 28th, 2017. Yeah, we landed, drove from the airport, got to the on-post hotel, and they had us booked for a month away. So December 28th, and so, you know, me with my wife and at the time 2 kids, I didn't have anywhere to go. Luckily, our friend let us stay in their house for a day, and you know, we got housing situated. But I'm telling you, if you need to get on the waiting list, if you're trying to come out to Hawaii and you're getting stationed out to Hawaii and you know you're getting orders or whatever, you need to go ahead and start getting on the list. If you want to live on post, or you know, they have different posts, different housing areas off of post, but definitely get on those waiting lists. And because when you get here, you don't want to be kind of shell shocked and now you're living out of a hotel. Yeah, you can make a little bit of money that way, you know, with whatever, but you know, realistically, you just travel with yourself and your family, and you just want to get settled in, and you know, you're gonna have to start working, and it's, you know, it's gonna add up real quick. So the best thing you can do is go ahead and get on the waiting list, try to get a house as soon as you can, because people are always PCSing out of here, and they're always PCSing in here. So I mean, you'll see a house, somebody move out, and you know, after they do their cleanup and everything, 2-3 weeks later, there's somebody else living in it. So I mean, it moves pretty quick. But yeah, I mean, just keep up with your travel stuff, and make sure that you bring the essential things that you're going to need. You know, your uniforms, obviously, you know that, but you know, your uniforms, any kind of bags that you're going to need, any kind of you know, I brought some of my tools with me that I need for work and stuff. So just make sure you have all your essential stuff, because you know, your housing stuff might not get here if you're coming like where we came from, on the other side of the world, and then coming over here. You done? If you're coming from the other side of the world, it might take you a month, 2-3 months to get over here. And so, you know, be prepared to rent a car. Be prepared to have to buy more clothes. You know, be saving up, because if you don't, it's going to hit you.
And we'll do a whole other video of what we did, what we learned, and what we would probably change if we had to do it again.
Yeah.
Because there are some things that I wish that we had done a little bit differently. Some things we probably could have done without, and other things that we probably could have done to make life easier.
Yeah. If you're anything like me, I can live out of a backpack for a month at a time. But you know, with kids and babies and mama and everything else, it ain't easy for them. So
I'm the overpacker.
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, so if you have any questions or comments or anything you'd like to add or hear us talk about, whether it be military life or married life or whatever, you know, please leave. Yeah, Hawaii, Fort Bragg. I love Fort Bragg. I'd go back right now if I could. But you know, if you wanna talk about some stuff or hear about some stuff, whatever, just leave a comment, and make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll talk about more stuff.
And this episode is
brought to you by us, because we're not sponsored.
And it's in the can.
See you.
Bye.